Today we have Professor Dr. Usman Mustafa Saab with us. He has more than 40 years of teaching, research and development services record in different international and national projects. Today we are going to ask him some questions about cotton industry. Sir, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, would you like to tell us that what are the current cotton production levels in Pakistan and how do they compare to previous years?
Yeah, it's very important because cotton is one of the major crops. It's not only for the we are earning and exporting that for a lot of foreign exchange, but it's also useful for the poor farmers, as well as we have a niche market in that also. And it's over the time we have a problem with the cotton. Unfortunately, it was in more than 11 million bales. Now it's 4.5 or half, or less than half. The production is reduced. So the main reason for that is because instead of cotton, we are now growing sugarcane in those areas. Let me give you an example very clearly. Khanewal district was famous for cotton. Now we have a sugar mill there. When you have a sugar mill there, then the people start planting sugarcane. And sugarcane is rich man crop. Sugarcane is a lazy farmer crop because they just put it and they are getting money from that. And sugarcane is also water intensive crop. Unfortunately, we don't have a very good variety. We don't have a comparative advantage in sugarcane, whereas we have a comparative advantage in cotton. And we should focus more on cotton areas and cotton production. And the main reason is the sugarcane mafias there, because they have their own interest.
And what do you think, what are major factors that are affecting cotton yields in Pakistan, and how we can manage this?
Yeah, the one is you understand, unfortunately, we actually smuggled a number of different varieties, seeds of cotton. That brought the whitefly and other insect pests on that. And that is one of the major cause of the low production and low yield. Due to that, the production and because there is a lot of problem with this insect pest, and then they shifted towards. The second I already mentioned, because mainly in sugarcane area, the sugarcane mills started sugar milling there, and sugarcane is replacing the cotton area. And sugar, when we have a sugar crop in any area, cotton cannot grow in that area, because cotton is a deep rooted crop, and where there is a more water table is high, because sugarcane also brought waterlogging and salinity in that area. So that area is not converted to not suitable for cotton production. So that's one of the main reasons.
What initiatives are being taken in Pakistan to improve cotton productivity?
Recently, the federal government, even the minister and the prime minister, visited National Agriculture Research Center, and where he is visiting, and he's very impressed with the performance of the agriculture sector, their research going. He asked the question about the cotton. I remember the chairman of that time, he informed that cotton is not the mandate of the PRC, Pakistan Agriculture Research Council, which is an apex research organization. So he said, who is responsible? Then there is a cotton export, there is a corporation that's doing the cotton. So then he said, no, that's very important. We should work on that. So there is a need to continuously working on that. But the breeding program, very important thing, if there is no gene, there is no green. I mean, if you want to have a green revolution, you must have breeding program. You must have a very good varieties. This green revolution, this is Borlaug, one of the famous breeder. He is the one who introduced the Mexipac breed in wheat. So due to that, there is a green revolution, lot of production. Same thing is Dr. Singh is in International Rice Institute. He introduced the IRI 6 variety, which is a high yielding variety, which boosts the agriculture sector and production. So if you really want to boost the cotton side, we must have a good varieties, disease resistant varieties, and no, there is a climate issue, so we must have a climate adaptive varieties, because there is a lot of climate change is coming on, there is a lot of insect pest or other things, so we must do accordingly. We have a lot of potential in Balochistan, particularly for cotton area, because cotton in Balochistan is favorable. You can say otherwise a niche market there, because in Balochistan there is a less humidity level, and if you grow cotton in there, we need less pesticides. And if we produce cotton in that area, and we produce cotton cloths, particularly for children, we can say this is a insect pest free, pesticide free cotton and cloth. So that is it has more value, and we can have a higher price for that, because there is no pesticide used.
In Punjab, what do you think, which areas are better for cotton productivity?
Southern belt is particularly known for this cotton area, Multan, Bakkars. These areas are really Dera Ghazi side to some extent, but particularly these are the areas. Southern Punjab is good for cotton. As I mentioned in Balochistan, the emerging area is there, and we can grow there also.
We talked about cotton productivity. Now, what do you think, which are major export markets for Pakistani cotton, and how they can be increased?
And interestingly, Balochistan, the Bangladesh itself is importing cotton, and he's the one of the largest country producing children garments, particularly the cotton. So we have a lot of potential. Even China required cotton from us. We in the world, Brazil is one of the famous country for cotton export. But we have a lot of potential in even USA. Require a lot of our cotton. There is a big market in USA. So particularly nowadays we have a good international relationship. There is a lot of potential to get market, particularly due to tariff, because USA import tariff to a number of countries. India is one of our competitors. So there is they impose a big amount of tariff. So we have more chances of exporting and getting big market.
You talked about like cotton varieties and different technologies. So how PCC is collaborating with universities and different institutions to develop, you can say, environment-friendly seeds and all this?
Actually, there should be, I think you raise a very important question, particularly because that's the only solo earlier cotton research institute. We have a cotton research institute on plant, but this PCCP is also responsible for all this cotton and cotton related affairs. So in order to produce more, they have I think they have put some cess or something like that. That amount should be good for research purpose, and they should support different projects international, locally, as well as national level, as well as province level in our university research institution. So there we must have as I earlier mentioned, without gene we cannot get green. So similarly, if you want to increase or boost our cotton production, we should concentrate on variety production, and good variety is a key for that.
What opportunities do you think exist for investment in cotton industry, and how they can be leveraged?
Even some private organization, if they can produce a good seed. So, I am emphasizing on seed. Seed is the key for not only for production, for increase in the yield, and particularly coping with the environment, coping with the situation. So coping with the pest and insect pest on that. So that is the area where private sector as well as some government sector or even semi-government sector, they can cooperate, they can produce, and they can produce good seed, and that can be a good source instead of importing or smuggling seed, non-certified seeds, and which creating lot of problem. If we do this thing within our local areas and condition, that will be more localized, and it is a good seed for us. And of course it will also good for export earning and dollar saving, foreign exchange saving also.
And you talked about seeds. If we create these seeds and different technologies and forms, and what do you think, we should do some model farming, or we can provide these seeds to the farmers directly?
Normally when we are introducing these type of thing, we have the linkages with the extension department and progressive farmers. Progressive farmers are some the farmers who are very suitable. Sometimes even earlier stages, 90 after 60, I remember the agriculture graduates were given some land for this purpose. So we can ask those progressive farmers, those have already very good in production, we can utilize them for seed production. And definitely if somebody is producing good seed, he is hatching much more price as compared to normal cotton production. So it has a more market value. You know, one thing I tell in my class, also being a teacher, before production, you must think about marketing, not after marketing. I mean, after production, you think about marketing. No, this is not a good practice. You first think, where is the market? If market demand that thing, you start producing. And if you produce good seed, you have a non-pesticides or local variety, high yielding variety, definitely you get high price. So that's a very good way of unlearning and learning also. And it's good for the country also.
I think we also have to educate the farmers as well, because I have seen, I belong to a farmer family, and I have seen that they don't want to try something new, any new seed or something like that. Na? So how we can educate them?
I personally, I am not owning this statement particularly. The reason is the farmers know a number of things. If you can see in a same village, one farmer is getting very high yield and one other farmer is like, one is 20 kilo and other is getting 80 kilo. Same village, same climate, same things, same environment. The only reason is the institution. If you want to really increase the production over any production, it's not only cotton, wheat, and any, we must formally organize our institution. Institution mean input, availability, timely input, no malpractices in fertilizer, seed, and other things. Then marketing. You mostly think when the market price, when the production is coming, the price is down. When later on we import. And last year, what we have done, even the farmers' production is near to come, we imported wheat. That's really have a backlog on the farmers. So we must have a good policy in order to favor the farmers. The major issue in production and these things is the institutional. I mean, we must have a very good marketing system. We must have a seed supply system. We have a procurement. If you don't mind to, you want an open market, which you are saying there should not be, government should not interfere. Then there should not be interfere in any level, not by government, but not by other mafias, agents, intermediate, those also exploiting. So those should not be exploited. There should be a competition, or there should be marketism. We should not have a partial marketing or partial system where no interference. It should be for everywhere, for input as well as for output.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and your insights. Okay. Your insights will really help everyone who want to understand cotton industry and people who want to know about investment opportunities in cotton industry. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.